and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Rusty, and this is my channel where I talk about my favorite movies, mostly horror, and my favorite music, mostly metal. And now we're going to move on to a really great little horror movie, which is no surprise since I put them in the title, and that is Wes Craven's The Breed. A Wes Craven production, The Breed. I really enjoyed this movie. Then again, I enjoy most Wes Craven movies. And he didn't direct this, but it's his total production. He was the producer. So, The Breed was released in 2006. It is directed by Nicholas Mastandrea. Nicholas Mastandrea. It was written by Robert Conte and Peter Wortmann, and it stars Michelle Rodriguez, Oliver Hudson, and Taryn Manning. And yeah, so The Breed it opens up with this couple that is like hanging out on they're kind of lost out in the ocean, and they see land off the coast, and it turns out that they find an island. They go on to this island where the girl leaves and goes on up into the island while the guy stays at the boat, and she is very quickly assaulted by a pack of dogs, not wolves or anything like that. They're just really big dogs, like German shepherds, around that size. Very large Labradors, very large German shepherds. It's kind of like that, but they're extremely angry. And this movie really got to me because I'm not a dog person. I'm a cat person. Cats are assholes. They sit over there and look at you, and you can just see it in their mind. Dogs, I don't hate them. I'm not a, ooh, dog, bad, kill it, get it, But I'm just not a fan of dogs. I don't really like the noise and the slobbering and the carrying on that dogs do. So I'm not a dog person. And now if a dog like growls at me or something, like gets that snarling look and shit, I will. There's this like thing that goes through your body, like it's a very weird feeling, and then you'll like tingle all over and stuff. That's what a dog does to me if they growl at me or something. They really scare me. So you can imagine what this movie did to me. I know for a fact that I got 2 Scream Like a Bitches out of it, and I got quite a few jump scares out of it. So, and I can remember like 3 or 4, oh shit, that was fucked up, where the deaths are concerned. A basic synopsis of the story, like I said, after that couple found the island, it switches to someone in a plane, the kind of plane that lands on the water, and it is John. Now, John has been left this isolated, it's a cabin in the woods type movie. He has been left this cabin on this isolated island. It's just, there's only there's only 2 facilities on the whole island. There is this guy's home. It was his uncle. So his family has left him this beautiful isolated cabin. And on the other side of the island was a research facility, where he had been told all his life that they were training attack dogs. And the attack dogs developed rabies spread through the facility, and so the dogs all had to be put down. So he has been given this, and he comes there with his brother, his younger brother, and his younger brother's girlfriend named Erica. That's Michelle Rodriguez. And so he comes with Matt. And then they have two friends that they bring along as well, Noah and Sarah. So there they all are at the cabin, and they're going to settle in for a few days and enjoy this new home that he has. When a puppy shows up, and they're like, I didn't think there was anybody else on the island. The puppy acts kind of really strange that night. He goes out. Sarah wants to go find it. So John and Sarah go outside to find the puppy, where Sarah is attacked by this really gnarly dog, and bites her. So over the next 2 days, she begins to act strange, very aggressive. Um, the guys go out to hunt while the girls play at the water, at the little cove inlet, and the guys run across that dude that was at the beginning of the movie, and he's covered in blood and scratches, and he screams at them that the dogs don't want them there. They are then they then witness him being attacked and ripped to shreds by the dog. They run back to the cabin. The dogs are following. The girls now are involved. They're all trapped in the house. So you end up in this sort of survival horror where they are trying to fend off the attack of this pack of dogs, which seems to, like, once you think you've got a handle on how many dogs there are, it ups the stakes, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, there's about 20. Then it's about 30. Then it's about 50, you know. So we have a lot of really good action, of them trying to figure out how to get to their plane. They can't get to the plane, though, because the dogs actually chew the rope and send it off down the river, and they can't get to it. Um, so now they're stuck on the island with no way to get off. They, the really cool thing where they try to get the car running, and to get to the facility, because of course they can't get any cell service. They figure that maybe if they can get to the facility on the other side of the island, that they can find something to help their situation. So we have a lot of action, a really good action, of trying to get there and get that accomplished. Then when they do get there, we have some more really good action, where they try to get the radio started. There's solar panels there, so they try to get the radio started. They try to hook one of their cells up to the tower to get signal. That, of course, doesn't work. The dogs attack. They're inside. This leads to one of the funniest little, I think probably the coolest scene to me. Now, a bunch of them have already died. There's only 3 left. Sarah's died in a very horrible, what the fuck way. Noah has been killed. Matt has been bitten. And Erica, Michelle Rodriguez's character, she's also been injured, where John tried to shoot one of the dogs and ended up shooting her in the leg. So it's a bloody ride, and it's very cool. And this ends up with John going outside. I'm trying to set up the last scene without going into all of the movie. John ends up going outside and trying to hook up the cables on the radio tower. Erica stays inside. John gets attacked because when they do hook it up and they flip the power on, it kind of short circuits everything and starts a fire in the basement. So Matt ends up running out there to help his brother John, and Erica is left alone in there. She tries to get out there, but the dogs have her cornered. Now this leads to what is the coolest scene to me, because Michelle Rodriguez, when she gets that look on her face, Resident Evil flashbacks. So she ends up tricking a bunch of the dogs. She tries to go out the door. They're there blocking it, so she can't get out. She sees the fire coming up. It's come up from the basement and it's entering rooms behind her. She sees a big propane tank sitting there. So she backs up to the door. She turns the propane on. Then she goes up to the front door, opens it, and runs back there, making all of these dogs come into the hallway, where she then stands there in front of the door with the flames behind her. And it's like these dogs are really intelligent because they had found out when they got to the facility that the people had been genetically engineering these dogs. So God only knows what they've done to them. So she locks eyes with the dog, um, waiting for this gas, and she's got this room ready to jump into, and the the scene is so cool because she's looking at the dog, and the dog's looking at her. She's got her eyes locked at it, with him, and then she looks at the propane tank, sees that it's almost empty, which means the room is full of it, and the dog looks, and the dog is like, looks at the propane tank like, bitch, I know what you're up to. And but what the dog doesn't know is that she's got a lighter on her. So the dog really does look like it's saying, I know what you're doing. And then she's like, oh well, and flips that lighter up in her hand. And you can see the expression on the dog's face is like, fuck. And right as she clicks that lighter, she says, give Cujo my best. And then she dives into the room and blows that whole damn place up, kills all them dogs. But yeah, the way she said "give Cujo my best" was awesome. That was an awesome scene. They do manage to escape the other dogs with difficulty. They get down to the boat, so it's full circle back to the boat that those two stupid idiots who came onto that island had left the boat sitting there. They managed to get to it, and yeah, so those three are the ones that lived, and they're sailing out into the ocean to try to get back to the mainland. And then this is where the movie ends with, well, let me put it this way. One of those scream like a bitches that I talked about, that happens right about there, and I'm not even going to tell you what it is, but it made me like yell. You have to understand, when I get scared in a movie, my reaction to a jump scare is a manly yet childish sounding squeal, followed by the words, oh shit. Oh shit. That's it. So you have a manly yet childish squeal, followed quickly by an ooh shit. That's my reaction to a jump scare, as well as, of course, my body nearly springing out of the chair. So this movie gave me a couple of scream like a bitches and quite a few ooh shits. So I really liked this movie. Michelle Rodriguez was great in it. The others were great as well. The blonde Sarah, I know her, but I can't I know her from some other horror movies, but I just can't place what they are. But if you watch it, you can. If you've seen this, let me know. I loved it. I loved the cinematography. Wes Craven did a really good job, organizing this production. I definitely had a lot of fun with it. If you've seen it, let me know. Wes Craven's The Breed from 2006 with Michelle Rodriguez. And yeah. If you don't know about this or haven't seen it, that's what I'm here for, is to let you know about some out of the way movies that are not Scream and Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street, which is all anybody fucking talks about, it seems. So I refuse. Yeah. So that's The Breed, 2006, Wes Craven production. I think he did a great job. I love the movie. It got quite a few scares. I mean, I like the premise, the kills. Sarah's kill was definitely when I yelled out the, "Oh shit! What the fuck?" That was just rude. That was wrong. It was cool, but it was wrong. But yeah, so I'll see you in the next one. Love you, miss you, bye. Always remember and never forget you are a very special person. Don't let anyone tell you differently or make you feel any different about it. It's okay for guys to wear knee socks. And I will see you in the next one. Love you, miss you. Bye bye. Arrivederci.